sure what you want me to talk about today.
The topic that we spoke Friday.
Remind me again.
About enlightened soul saying that, okay, if somebody is mean to you, you turn your other cheek.
Oh, yeah.
But how do ordinary people handle that?
See, we get a lot of advice. All day, every day. If you look at your WhatsApp feed, lot of advice. Lot of people telling you, oh, this is how it's done, that is how it's done, this is how it's done. And you all look at it and say, yeah, it's true, very wonderful thing. But how much of it are you putting into practice? See, even you're coming here every week and listening to what I have to say. How much of it stays with you and how much of it just pushes through? Why is it that I keep recommending that you'll watch the videos again and again? Because to be human is to forget. We are such creatures of conditioning. We're so used to reacting to situations the way we have always reacted, that the new knowledge that we have gotten doesn't quickly come to the surface. The more you practice, the more you will be allowed to feel the knowledge. It is an opening up of an inner portal. So, knowledge for many people is purely cerebral, intellectual, up here. Things that they know that they must do. Now people always say, practice what you preach. Nobody practices what they preach. Very few people walk the talk. So when enlightened people tell you, when people that are better than you tell you that, oh, you must learn to forgive others. And you wonder why they are telling me to forgive. How can I forgive what she's done to me? She has hurt me so terribly. She was my dearest friend. I believed so much in her. I thought that everything would come from her. I've given up so much of my life for her. I've given up so many weekends cooking for her and her children. And she turns around and says this to me. How can I forgive it? You don't forgive it for her. You forgive it for you. Because your ego has taken control and said, how dare she? Right? So you're stuck. Remember we were talking with Ganesh the last time about getting stuck at different levels. So you're stuck at the level of this ego and you're saying, how dare she? And you cannot move beyond that. You cannot move beyond that. In a day, she may have been rude to you one time, but you have gone over that conversation 5,000 times. And that's only today. That's only today. Again and again and again and again and again. And it's become bigger each time you've said it. So when you forgive someone, when you let something go, you're holding on to this balloon. Walking around carrying a big balloon, and you're not just carrying one. You're carrying bunches and bunches of these balloons. You can't even walk straight. There are so many balloons in front. But as you let each one go, you can see more of the sky. And another one goes, and another one goes, and another one goes, and another one goes. And lo and behold, there is this beautiful sight in front of you. This world is such a beautiful place. And you have been holding these balloons in front of you, inflated pieces of air. Nothing but inflated pieces of air. There is nothing inside the balloon that, isn't outside. It's just occupying space, but it's blocking your vision. It's blocking your vision. It's not allowing you to see. So you have to stop and think, what is this advice? Forgive others. Who am I doing it for? You are not, in many ways you are, a God saying, I forgive you. You're not performing, acts of forgiveness, pardons, great presidential pardons. You're doing this to release your own soul. Because you are caught in a circle that won't stop. Going on and on and on and on. And you're right on that treadmill, not moving anywhere. And you think you're going to Orlando. It just goes on and on and on and on. And it takes a moment of awareness and of consciousness to get off that treadmill and say, this is not going to get me anywhere. I better hit I-75. That is what forgiveness is. Choosing a better path. It is not very easy to be calm in the face of rudeness, to be calm in the face of insult. You are a Muslim and this person is insulting you. You've identified completely with every single Muslim that there is. And now you feel you need to fight and show this person that what he is saying is wrong. It is racist. Why? Why do you need to show anybody anything? Who are you trying to prove anything to? Some words coming out of somebody's mouth. How does that make you anything different? Somebody saying something. The wolf bays, howls at the moon. Do you think the moon cares? Does the moon stop shining because a wolf is baying at it and say, keep quiet, you wolf. Stop baying at me. I'm not going to shine my moon on my moonlight on you. No, that moonlight comes regardless. It doesn't matter how many wolves are howling at the moon. It comes regardless. Some point of time this wolf will realize, no point me howling at the moon, and it'll stop and start looking and enjoying the light. This is a useless exercise. This moon is not saying anything back to me. So yes, people insult you. People say all kinds of things. Especially when you're in the field that I am in, like spirituality and this and all of this. They will challenge you. Say, talk about faith, talk about God, talk about Hinduism. How is it that you follow an elephant? Many challenges that come your way. And it requires some discipline and some practice to stay present and not react. Turn the other cheek means put your deflector up. What else is? I'm saying the same thing to you. I'm saying the same thing to you. There is a deflector. no matter what that person says, it bounces off. It doesn't affect you. Good, the kids are not there because the kids will put their deflector up every time their parents start shouting. So, for them it's something different that I have to say. But yeah, in this world, when we live in a world where people think that if they get the last word in, they've won the war. We need to carry that deflector very much in our pockets all the time. And some people are naturally very calm, like you and you. They won't find this thing. But I am a very volatile person by nature. And I have to practice putting up my deflector and swallowing whatever comes up. Only up to here it comes. Only up to here. Then I've caught it. Most times. And then it goes down. It's practice. When you practice, then you will be allowed to. Now, take that phrase and remember it, The more you practice, the more your body allows. The more the self opens up to it. But you have to practice. Which means you have to be in the company of such people, right? Who I keep telling you to avoid. But it's inevitable. It happens even with people that you love very dearly. When there's a lot of tension, a lot of things happening, you short time to get plenty of stuff done. Obviously voices go up. If you shout and he shouts and you shout and she shouts and everybody shouts, it's really unpleasant. Somebody has to be the calm force. My calmness will overcome your anger. That's the knowledge point. My calmness will overcome your anger. Somebody keeps smiling at you like this with a sweet smile on their face. How much are you going to insult them? It's not affecting them in the slightest. What you want from them is for them to shout back. That's what you want. You want a shouting match. You want a reaction. Say something. I'm saying so many things to you. Say something back. You want that. Sometimes we go looking for a fight. We want a reaction. Doesn't help anybody. Because words that are said in anger, you always regret. As soon as you've taken a step back, taken a deep breath, calmed down, 3-4 Ujjayi breaths, you got into that space, you're saying, I shouldn't have said that. I could have just walked away. I should have done that. See, we regret it at the time. What the meditative practice does for you is it gives you awareness of thoughts coming up. As you're meditating, go for this, send this email up. I have to get this done. Oh gosh, I hate Monday. Oh, it's not Monday. Let me relax. She's telling me to relax. I'm relaxing. But you've got that thought about what's going to happen on Monday morning is something that's bothering you. These are thoughts that come up all the time. And we learn to say, this is a worrisome thought. This one is a angry thought. This one is a happy thought. You shine light on all these thoughts that are coming up. That's what it does. That's what meditation does. And what does the breathing do? It controls your bodily reaction. Because as soon as you get upset, as soon as you get angry, your blood pressure rises, your heart rate rises, your breathing becomes rapid. You're using only the top part of your breath. The top 10% of your chest. That last portion of the Hamsa Hamsa meditation, that's what, Hamsa pranayam, that's what you're using. And when you're doing that, you won't feel like turning your other cheek. You'll feel like slapping. Right? So you use the breath to come back to the space of calmness. 3 or 4 Ujjayi breaths will just take you into a space of complete calmness. When you have problems and you see that your mind is overactive, but your body is not keeping up with it, it's a left-right kind of a resolve. Try the Nadi Shodhana. Opens up the channels, the Pingala channels in your body, and the balance is achieved. Don't think that I'm doing these workshops for something that I'm personally going to gain. You have no idea how much you will gain by practicing the breathing. And it's not doing it, we do it once in 3 months. It's doing it every day in your lives. To do it right before sleeping, to do it when you're angry, to do it when you're agitated, to do it when you're confused. That's what the breathing is ultimately for. It's for you to practice in your life. That's what this knowledge is for. Not to hear once and just put it in your pocket. It's for you to bring up every day. Stay away from opposites. Put up your happiness is my birthright. I'll use my deflector today. I will not listen to other people's opinions. I have faith, I have courage, I have gratitude. These things help you a lot in moments of stress. You have to practice. Don't watch a million different things and keep the knowledge at a surface level. That's of no use to anybody. Take it deep within you. Take it deep within you. Practice each day. And because I keep repeating the same things, it's going to come up. You're going to remember. Because some incident that I used as an example will come in your life. So she said that. And it will help. It will help. It has helped me so much. I have transformed from being such a aggressive, angry person to being relatively calm. I do still get angry at times. But it's a work in progress. Everything is a work in progress. We're all moving towards the same ultimate goal. And what is that goal? That goal is to just live life effortlessly. Effortlessly with a smile on our faces. That's all we want. Today I read a very beautiful story in Vasishtha Yoga. Maybe I'll transcribe it and send it to all of you. One more piece that you can read. He says, in the eye of Brahma there's an image in an atom. Because all of creation is a thought in the mind of the Creator. That there is this dense forest of thorns. And in this dense forest of thorns, there is one man. But he has 1,000 arms. And this man, with one of his arms, takes a mace and hits himself. And then goes around searching to see who is it that's hit him. But there is nobody else there. And then he feels terrible, he goes out into the open, and then he feels he needs to go to the forest. He runs into the forest, but the forest is filled with thorns. Then he comes out. And then Vasishtha says, I tried to call him and calm him down, but he's looking to see who the enemy is. He can't see who I am. He can't make out who I am. And he's not ready to listen to what I have to say. He's running into the forest and out of the forest and into the forest, and getting bitten, and all thorns all over his leg. He's bleeding. And he's searching for this enemy continually. Worried, scared, terrified. That man with the 1,000 arms, those 1,000 arms are the thoughts in your mind. There is no one else. There is no enemy. There is no enemy, yet very few will come out of that dense forest of delusion, moham, where they're connected. There's all those things are your family, your job, your success, your finance, all that scratching you, pinching you, dragging you inside. And you think that that's where the life is, that's where you're going to find everything. That voice is calling you. Kanchana's coming again and again, say, come to me. But you can't listen, you're so busy in this forest. You're so busy in this forest of, you're not going to. So some will come for a little bit. Some will come for a little longer time. Some will never escape the forest in this lifetime. The wisdom of the masters, there's a lot we can learn from them. But we have to practice.